Yeah, this is a raggedy box. So, welcome back to Finding My Wings. This is actually something my dad bought a long time ago. And so you may or may not be familiar with a Supertrapp style muffler. So what a Supertrapp muffler does is, generally on a motorcycle, let's be honest, Supertrapp allows you to actually change your baffling in the muffler. So I do think that the car is a little bit quiet, especially when you pull up to like a Fiat 500 a Barth or something and it's substantially louder than you. Even like a Fiesta ST, substantially louder than me. It's a little annoying. So you got this big guy. So this is your entire muffler. So taking your muffler off of the FR-S saves you about 20 pounds or so. And going with like something like a Burke muffler delete is really cool, but it can go up to like 115 decibels or something, what I've seen online. And that's a lot, especially for Ontario, where we have pretty stringent laws around the decibel limits on cars, and it's getting more and more enforced over time, unfortunately. So this guy, I'm hoping, can put me somewhere in the middle ground of doing a full muffler delete and actually having some control over my sound. We do plan to do a full, header back system one day, but not right now. Just not the time, not the car. So to explain the Supertrapp a little bit more, so you actually have these baffle plates here. So this is a unique baffle plate on the end that's fully enclosed, and there's a bunch of baffles down in here, and each one of those is actually kind of semi-open. And so, weirdly enough, like if you put all the baffles in here, it's about medium loud. If you take them all out, of course, it's the loudest. And if you put like half of them in, it's the quietest. Because physics and stuff. Pretty commonplace on bikes and even sometimes trucks. A lot of times you'll see them more elongated and longer. Not too sure. It's been sitting on a shelf for a long time. Figured we'd throw it on the car. About $100 at a local shop to get the pipe made. So I can talk about finding a shop to get a custom exhaust, and then do a little bit of a review on the sound itself. Not too much else to talk to about here. Cool unit, a little bit unique. See how it sounds. Weird sound. I like it. Alright, we've got it installed. So a local shop, Red Automotive in Kitchener, Ontario, installed this awesome Supertrapp style stainless tip. So you can see the muffler came out here. We just cut it off, installed the tip, got it welded on there, all mounted up nicely, and then high heat painted everything so it won't rust up. It's got a little bit of an angle upwards to it, and you can see that I actually have like all my plates in there right now. So it should be somewhat loud. There's also a louder mode if you take all of these plates off altogether. It's the loudest. If you have just one plate on with the cap, that would be the quietest setting. And you can actually add more plates, and you could bring them all the way out past the tip if you had long enough screws in here. So it's a cool one that we've had sitting around. I don't really have a part number or anything special on it. This is a little bit of a unique thing that we had laying around, and we finally tried to make some use of it. So let's see how it sounds. Bassy and deep. It'll be hard to hear in video without proper headphones, or if you have speakers to use. You might be able to hear it better. Also, if I just... So you can hear that cold start mode going off, and if I actually touch the car, you might be able to get a bit more of that deep vibration going on. So let's take it out on the road, give it some revs, and see how it does. So I have driven this car before with the muffler on it, just home and a couple of runs around the block to see what it sounds like, but so it's actually not bad. You can still talk, lots of volume inside. So I do have the HKS Premium Suction Kit, K&N air filter, and the TRD Red sound tube generator sound changer kit. It's so deep and bassy, especially on those throttle blips for downshifts. A little more pops and crackles. This might be a sound that would be somewhat close to a Burke muffler delete, or some type of a just muffler tip with muffler delete kit, but this muffler does allow you to add some more resonator and muffler attributes back into the muffler at that point without adding much more weight, which is why I liked it. If you're not sure what the Supertrapp mufflers are all about, definitely go to Supertrapp's website. A lot more often on trucks and bikes, but let's give it some revs going up the hill here. So we'll give it a couple downshifts as well. Let's see what it sounds like. So overall, we have a lot of bass on the bottom end, which is definitely what I was trying to improve. As you go up through the revs, say above 3,000 or above 3,500-ish, the sound evens out and gets a little bit more of that higher, less deep. It sounds a little bit more natural up top as well. And of course, with the sound generator kit still installed, and that HKS Premium Suction Kit, the chain sound might not be the exact same as if you did this to a stock car, but probably pretty close. The windows down right now, so I'll roll the windows up. My back seat's up as well. So 6th gear, I'm cruising at about 80 kilometers an hour. No resonance, it's actually quite quiet. If you put your foot into it, you hear a bit more of that burble, but there's no drown, no resonance. It's actually quite impressive overall. I'm really falling in love with this car all over again. On the drive home, again, we had the seats up, windows up. Just no drone, no resonance on the highway. It was really amazing, especially seeing some of the other units out there. So this is a bit of a unique thing that I'm going to be able to do, not something I can point to where other people could find a unit like this, but the Burke muffler deletes, or some of the other muffler tips that do delete your muffler, might sound pretty close to this. Very cool sound. So I'm just in third gear, so it's a little bit loud right now, but alright. So overall, I am incredibly happy with this. It probably speaks very closely to something like the Burke Muffler Delete Kit, or something simply like a muffler tip that deletes your muffler. I'm glad to have a little bit more of a muffler effect than just having a tip with no muffler at all. I do drive this car all year as a daily driver, and so I don't want to have a super loud car. We did a decibel test, which I'll post, and this is actually running at 88 decibels, which in Ontario is perfect because our legal limit is 90. So I'm absolutely in love with this, falling in love with this car all over again. Very cool.